We started the brewery in 1994, and we wanted to do something that we could do together and to keep us here.
So what we did first was look at different municipalities around the area and get their water quality tests, because water is the most important ingredient in beer. But there were 3 locations that had soft water, and Dallas was one of those. And Dallas actually had a building that we could refit for a brewery.
This was a creamery at one point, and so this has got an 8-inch well in it. So if something happens to the village's water supply, we can switch into this water supply. We are somewhat unique in brewing industry in that we own our building, and the building is part of the sale. However, this is a very large building, and so there are spaces in this building that we do not use yet. Those spaces could be available to lease that out to somebody else and therefore have an income stream.
As far as expanding, we have a 20-barrel system that's sitting there. Our current capacity is 500 barrels a year. If we hook up the 20-barrel system, we're up to 30,000 barrels a year. So as part of buying this business, you have the capacity to grow huge right away.
There's 2 ways to get beer out. One of them is in kegs and the other one's in packages, bottles or cans. With kegs, you've really only got the markets of the taverns. With bottles, now you've got the markets of all the liquor stores, the grocery stores, that kind of thing. It's all the off-sale things for that. It also changes the market for the tap room here, because the tap room, we do a lot of off-sale of bottles here. That's the thing that really makes the wholesale business go, is bottles.
And we get a lot of people coming into the tap room. So the bottling has been just a wonderful decision to make. The recipes go along with the business. So does all of the artwork, labels, and kind of background stories for where we get the grain, the hops.
What we're offering here in the sale of this brewery is turnkey business.
We've gone as far as we can because we're ready to retire, so we would encourage someone else to pick it up and take it to the next level. But we're willing to stick around if they have questions, if they need help doing things, learning how to operate some of the machinery. We'll be around for a while so they can ask questions and we can help out a little bit with that.
They have to eventually make it their own, but it's a great business. Everybody's very nice. All the brewers know each other, and we're friends with each other and help each other, which is very different from any other industry.
When you're a business owner in a small community, it's very important that you take part in the different activities in town. We ended up doing a lot of things for the town. We also hold a festival every year called the Dallas Oktoberfest. A couple thousand people come into town, and it is a big deal. I'd like to stress with people who buy this business is that you do want to be part of the community, because they will help you when you need help at just as much as you step up and you help them. We are lucky to be in this industry because it's entirely different than a lot of other ones. One thing, it's a brewery and a tap room is different than a bar. Usually we have families in here, we've got games, we've got cribbage boards all over the place that a local shop class made. We're used to having families come in. The environment is entirely different than a tavern. It's upbeat, we have instruments sitting out that people just pick up and start playing because a musician can't walk by a guitar without picking it up and noodling around. And so we always have this spontaneous music happening all the time. And we have people come in here and they talk about this place as being an oasis. This is, where are we? How is this happening? I've never been anywhere where everyone just stops everything and starts singing. And we do, you know, Country Road, Take Me Home. All of a sudden we burst out in a song and everyone's like, what's going on? What is happening in this place? And we love it and we'll miss it.
Yep. One of the major things we do in here is that we don't have TVs. And that forces people to interact with each other and talk to each other. The other thing we don't have is bar stools. And that forces people to share the space on the bar. And they do when they come in here.
Yep, they'll say, oh, come on, we'll shove down, we'll make room. And right away you've got people talking to each other, and it's great.
I've had many people comment that the space that we have here is more like a pub in England or Ireland than it is a bar. We strive to have that kind of an ethos here, as it's a pub. It's a place for people to come and unwind.
Sorry, I got puddly.